Hello, creatures, and welcome to what may be one of my second most anticipated game of the whole year, Wizard with a Gun. Oh, absolutely, little feather hat. Oh, I'm very excited for this. I missed a whole lot of the playable demo, so I'm going to get as much recorded as I possibly can. But if you don't know what Wizard with a Gun is, it is basically summed up in that title there. Hello, Wizard. Oh, I'm so excited for this. This game, I saw like a trailer for this come out a while ago. I don't even remember the exact amount of time, but it's been like at least a year or two. Oh, I can only hit stuff right now. But yeah, I've been kind of following this on Discord and Twitter, maybe, but definitely on Discord. I've been watching kind of the progress of them to see what they've been getting up to, and oh my goodness, they spent a lot of time doing a lot of refining and polishing. So I'm very excited to go through this demo with you and kind of show the potential and why you should probably consider picking up this game, considering that by the time I have this edited, the demo's probably over. But let me know in the comments if you actually got to play the demo or not. Let's talk to the Cryptomancer.
Oh good, you are still alive. You aren't my first pick, but my first pick is already dead. It's not ideal. I wouldn't ask you to do this if I had another choice. There's not much time left before the world ends. You'll have to get into the tower to roll back time to before chaos started wrecking everything. There's a doorway not too far from here. Just follow the path.
All right, so that's gonna be our little guide. This is the little intro area, kind of showing off what you can do in game. It's gonna give you all the control details. You can play this with controller or keyboard and mouse. I'm probably gonna play it with keyboard and mouse. This gives me a lot of feels very similar to like Don't Starve, essentially. Get a little dodge here. That's a very mean enemy over there. Here, I want to, just like other games, avoid the red lines. Those usually seem to be bad things. Yeah, so I get a feeling like this is basically... Can I craft anything yet? Hey, here we go. I get a feeling like this is basically the same art style as Don't Starve Together, that kind of game. That's what this kind of reminds me of, that little grid system with the walking, you know, very, very specific to Don't Starve. Could consume this, but I'm going to do that to get this off of my screen. Oh, hold it to bring up the wheel. Yep. Oh, very nice. Gives me a good bit of healing.
She's dead, wizard. There's no bounty left for you to collect now.
You know what you think about the voice I'm trying out for this character? I think hopefully it's not too annoying. Oh, okay. Now that I've actually considered that I am doing some voices for this character, I am now less than confident in my voice.
All the doorways are closed again, all across the entire tower. She opened them once, perhaps you can too.
What is with my reading speed here?
But you'll need Arcana. Chaos is magical energy, malignant?
Yeah, there we go.
And mindless. You'll need to find it to gather some Arcana.
Just gonna beat you up a bit. I'd open the inventory. Oh, right. Okay, so now we get to craft our gun. There we go. So, now we can access our guns. And I do definitely prefer the keyboard and mouse as opposed to a... Hello, wizard. Now you have a gun. Okay, gather. I'm not gonna read all of it. Chaos monsters will drop Arcana when they die. What was I even getting at? So now we need to go and find resources and these little Arcana chaos monsters. So I don't know if the trailer video made it into the cut, but essentially chaos has destroyed the world of the wizards, and we are trying to get to a point that we can kind of fix it, really. I will say this, it's up in the top left. This is not the final product at all. It's just the demo. And even with that, I wouldn't have been upset if I'd spent like $15 on this demo alone. It's got some replayability to it in just this tiny little bit of gameplay. What kind of voice do I do for this one? Nope, can't figure out an older hobo bard. Hobo bard? Can't figure out a good bard old voice for this one. The old ghosts tell you the fate of the world's in your hands. I've heard her say that one before. It's a heavy burden to put on anyone. Don't stress too much, kid. If you fail, no one will be around to blame you. You know what? That is the benefit of being the last hope for the end of the world. Good luck with everything, kid.
Hello, wizard.
Be careful, being of pure chaos are
beings of pure chaos are coming through the rifts up ahead. Defeat them to obtain Arcana and open the doorway. Oh, we do actually have weapons. Okay, good. So each gun that you make uses different kinds of bullets. We will get to this later in the tutorial, but something that you need to be aware of, each gun has, you can use different bullets with the gun. Not each gun is locked to a type of bullet, from what I've been able to tell. Right now, we start with a very basic gun and basic weapon. It only does a very small amount of damage, and we use this to do a lot of our attacks. And then this is kind of our main enemy that we're going to be fighting here. There's just the chaos incarnate, really. It's all these little pink dudes here. And then you'll see they're giving us Arcana, and this is kind of like the upgrading experience currency of the world. Talk to the Cryptomancer. Chaos is a relentless force, but you stood strong against it. Thanks. Also, the soundtrack in the background, absolutely loving it. When I saw this game get announced, I put that first initial song on repeat. I absolutely loved it. Return to the doorway to open the tower. Oh, and your weapon doesn't auto reload even after some time without doing anything. So don't know if they'll change that as like a quality of life feature deal, but for now it's not that big of a deal. You just have to remember to reload your weapons, and it's per gun as well. So later on we will be getting to use multiple different guns, and you'll see what I mean when it's exactly per gun. If you reload once, it doesn't reload everything. Oh, this is cool. So a little bit of context here. I did play this game before, and it looks like even the tower is a little bit randomized. That's really nice. Is it randomized, or am I just not remembering that it maybe puts a little bridge over here? The quest begun. First edition. Learn how to learn. That's how I feel about college. I didn't really learn actual things. I just learned how to learn. These are going to be the details and what you're going to be doing. Basically, little bubbles are going to float above the little objects here, and then we can learn about things, because you couldn't do that without the book before. So the wheel, that is the wheel of time. That's how we're going to be reversing this whole destruction of everything. So we're actually starting at the very end of everything. So we need to go and collect, I believe they're just cogs. We're going to run around collecting cogs and then turn back time, really. Let's see. So I believe we need to learn about everything inside of here. Yeah, so these are the time. Oh, something else to note. Down here, I don't know if you can see it, but we do have a limited amount of ammo. If I run out of that before I can get the actual item to build more bullets, I just have to build a whole new gun. Okay, and then this turns other things into Arcana. I haven't really found too much use in that. So in order to repair this, we need 5 metal scrap and 1 manuscript. Can we find metal scrap? Well, there's some manuscripts. Manuscripts are also what you use to do a lot of healing. That's not correct. Learning. That sounds more correct. So these are all there, and I think it just barely reached that manuscript. You'll notice there is something off in the distance over there. I'll open up my map. We have many different broken portals. Again, the world has come to an end, and we will rebuild that. You can't get too far into this in the demo. I think you can get like 1 portal, but it's still pretty nice how far you can get into the game itself. Like, I think technically if you really wanted to, you could fill out this entire area and build up a really nice, simple base, which is kind of nice for a demo. Like, endless playability. Oh, yeah, when you hit the end of your clip, it will automatically reload. So, now that we have... Oh, I'm missing 1 scanned item. Completely forgot about this one. Oh, yeah, and something else to note. When you scan items, that is what lets you actually be able to build them. So you'll find other items like this out in the real world and be able to bring them back. Something to make note of. We're going to go ahead and throw these in here, and it's going to start the new mechanic of rolling back time. So something that's super important to take note of with that is everything in your tower is safe from the effects of time, but everything in that world that we were just in gets rolled back, gets changed every time that you roll back time. So we're going to go ahead and start rolling back time. And what's going to happen is we're going to get a timer for the end of the world. Essentially, we're trying to roll back time far enough so that way we can fix everything. Yeah, okay, so it does put a path there. I think it's going to put it up here. First rider. Oh, no, that must be the next step that we go through. Okay. Yes, so this is going to show you a little warning. Basically, if you die, you lose everything. Little roguelike details. You might be able to go back through it depending on if you haven't rolled back the time yet. I haven't
figured that one out yet because I didn't let myself die in the first playthrough. But for your benefit, I'm sure I'll let it happen at least once or twice. Ooh, these are super valuable. There'll be loads of materials throughout the entire world that you need to go around and collect. So we'll get stone, little metal fragments, and all kinds of things that are super important for actually progressing. And ooh, we're getting low on ammo. Yeah, okay, so I think I'm going to... Actually, I'm just going to switch to my fists. That way I can break these down without consuming ammo. Because you can still, with bare fists, fight stuff. Now you'll notice there is a number next to that little health bar. If you try to hit something, well, apparently 3 is fine. Is it not going to... Anyways, you'll know before it said that I was doing 30 damage, but that thing has a level 3 on it. That is the level of armor that it has. You need to upgrade your items, weapons, and general, just like as many general things I can say. You need to upgrade your bullets to be able to take on higher level enemies. Otherwise, their armor will basically reduce you down to a single point of damage, and it's kind of difficult to do enough damage to actually break anything down. So the first objective in this demo is simply to come and talk to Hilda. You're my replacement. Of all the people on the Shatter, I guess she doesn't like us. Odds I hope she knows what she's doing. I'm getting too old for this nonsense. But if you're going to take my job, you should at least do it well. First things first, let's get that gun reloaded. Head over to the loading bench. This is what I was talking about before. You have a limited amount of ammo, but there are things throughout the world that can let you actually build more ammo. So we click over here, click over here. Right now we only have one ammo source, like actually researched, which is just going to be our basic bullet. I haven't found a way to upgrade this one yet. So we're pretty much going to have to specifically try to find we're going to have to use our elemental weapons a little bit more. I think, again, not sure if that's the limit of the demo. That could be demo limitations or actual like full gameplay. You're not supposed to use the basic weapon. Not entirely certain. All right, Hilda, we did the thing. A simple destruction spell. A classic. Next time you're in the tower, check out the research Mechana. Is it Mechana or Mach? It's definitely not Machina. That's why I keep wanting to say. It'll help you learn to build better spells. You'll need to learn to build your own loading bench. The next time you roll back the wheel, I may not be here. Right. I see you found the first edition. Good. That book is smarter than you can imagine. If you let it get a good look at something, it can teach you a lot. Or take a good look at me. It'll show you both how to make a world builder, show you both how to make a world builder, a furniture gun. Does that mean me and the book? Right, I think the book's like actually sentient. And then we right click or whatever it is on the controller, honestly. This is going to give us tons of extra information about the things that we need to do. You'll notice there are a lot of characters and other buildings. And this doesn't even show all of the machines and things that we can find because it's the demo. Like, I think there's still more stuff being added. So this is going to give us, look at all of this stuff. This is what I absolutely loved about Dome Keeper. If you haven't seen those, check out the videos. I have loads of playlists, wherever you want to find them. This is what I loved about Dome Keeper as well. In just the demo, it gave you so much playability that it was kind of like, why wouldn't you buy it, essentially? So we go and research all of these. This is what I was talking about before, where you research the items to then figure out how to build them later. So build a world builder. So I believe our crafting, there it is, world builder. This is going to be basically our little crafting bench, like the thing that lets us build resources in the world or benches in the world. Right click. I remember when I built my first furniture gun. Make sure to build a loading bench. Oh yeah, in your tower. It'll serve you till the end of time. 200 years ago, the world broke and the Shatter was created. Since then, things were stable mostly until we opened the tower and let chaos out. Wait, the tower that I'm actively living in? Huh. Chaos keeps destroying the world no matter how many times we roll back the wheel. Now chaos has broken the wheel to rebuild the world. You're going to need to rebuild the wheel first. Rebuild the wheel first. One ancient gear at a time. My allies, the riders, may have some of the pieces as well, but they won't trust you. This is the first time you've met us, not the first time we've met you. Oh, when you roll back time, I know the only way to pick up these wheels, and that is to fight everyone. So unfortunately, all of your friends are now my enemy. Okay, well that it helps actually reading context. We need 2 more metal scrap to be able to build this little reloader, and we are definitely going to want this. So I think we're going to take out... So most of the metal things, intuitively, will drop metal scrap. Now the difference is... Ah, there it is. See? We're getting a little pop-up saying, armor too high. Research better spells. That is the whole deal with you being able to actually deal damage and break stuff. If you don't upgrade your weapons, that will be the main limiting factor. Also, look, little kitty cat. Don't walk too close to them. They don't like you. Now, we're going to need plenty of wood. I just want to collect a couple of resources before we head back, because I really would like to not have to make too many trips, just so that way I can slightly more put some efficiency into this run. I wouldn't be surprised if there are already some speed runs out there for doing this game and just the demo itself. You, sir, are so cute, and I'm sorry. Oh, I can't research you yet because I don't have the ability to research little creatures yet. I'm sorry, bud. You're so cute, but I have to kill you. You have too many valuable resources. Don't worry, I will make you my friend in another life. It's okay. You'll be back after I turn back the wheels. I feel kind of bad fighting the ones that don't want to actually fight me back, or like don't care to fight me back. But also, I definitely need those resources, so sorry you were here. All right, something that I'm kind of curious about, if you're paying attention right now, what are some of the games that you're excited for coming out, or that have already come out this year? We've actually had quite a few. When Zelda came out, that was kind of like my main want to come out this year. I'm also very excited for the potential that I think I've seen some rumors saying that Silksong is supposedly going to be coming out soon. So like later this year or early next year. I'm very hopeful for early this year, or late this year, because, well, that's going to hurt. I'm very hopeful for late this year because, well, I've already been waiting a long time, and I'd like to see it come back soon. See it come back like it was here before. No, I mean, I just played through Hollow Knight again. Oh, this is actually a pretty good idea. I can use them to actually take out some of these more difficult to fight areas, because they do a ton of damage, turns out. Yeah, so when you get these kinds of creatures allied with you, they actually do a lot of work just simply clearing out these areas. It's also great to use it as cover. If you're... Oh. Something else that you should definitely make note of. Your roll isn't infinite. Like, I'm spamming it right now, and I can't keep going. So your rolls have to be timed, actually, and not just used for distance. It will get you in a lot of trouble if you are, like, just randomly using them. There are loads of chests like this out in the wild that you'll find. I would recommend not using your little... Don't use your little minor healing, because you can actually use that to repair or augment your weapons or your armor. So that way you can get significantly better items. So you're going to want to hold on to those. I hope that we can get to it in this playthrough, but if we don't, maybe I'll do like a second part. Who knows? I only have like a few days to do recordings of this, so I don't actually know how much I'll get done. All right, so now we have our first ancient gear to slot into the machine. So you're going to see that it gives you this option to roll back time. Again, like it did before. But the thing that's different here is now it's actually going to roll back time, and everyone in the previous world is going to forget about us. And that means we are now rolling back the end of the world. So we're going to start getting a time limit. So this comes into the just all of the roguelite parts of actually playing the game. Chaos is now breaking apart the world. And you have a limited time to get through it. And yes, it gets crazy difficult once time has been up, once you run out of time. But you can extend that time by fighting these little rifts. So you can actually be out there pretty much indefinitely if you're finding enough strong portals. But your time could eventually run out, so you're going to want to be a little efficient about getting around the world. First things we need to do, stop wasting our materials mostly, but I really need to get a couple of ammo deals rebuilt. All right, I believe I can. Yeah, I've got more than enough to repair this. This is great. So this is what you're going to use to actually find, or to actually create these new super strong weapons. I personally really love the burning bullet, the poison bullet, and the charming bullet. That's all of them except for the cold bullet. I just like the burning one because it does more damage. I think we can actually get all of these, so that's actually super helpful. And then you'll notice down here, there are certain items. Okay, so it's only applied to this one. There's charcoal. You can only get charcoal by using the fire bullet. So we do have to actually create the fire bullets and cut down trees with our fire bullet. I kind of like the little resource gathering of that. So I think I'm going to craft up a couple of items here. We'll drop this. I don't know if there's a way to rotate items in this world. Also, something I didn't notice before, some of these are actually like 3D items given this super cartoon like rendering to it. And I love that little art style. I really like it. But then the main character is like full flat 2D. So I like the way that the world kind of parallaxes this way because of them being partially 3D. I really like this art style, if I didn't say it enough. So because we have 3 new bullets, I'm going to just make 3 wooden guns. I think we can eventually pick up better weapons, but this one has a much better fire rate, so I kind of prefer it. Ooh, that is something that I need to make note of. All of the upgraded bullets require 1 iron ingot, and we're going to need a furnace to be able to get that. So I guess we can only pick 1 of these. I think I'll go for the iron ingot so that way we can get the upgrades quicker. No, I lied. I kind of really like the poison bullet. Really hard decision to make for the first one, but I think we'll just go with the fire. This upgrade is going to let us actually learn about like the enemies in the world. All right, fine. I'll learn about the cold bullet. And then because we're going back into the world, I'm going to drop a couple of these items just in case I happen to demonstrate what dying in the world does. All right, begin the time limit. So every time that you enter into the Imperium or just the general world, you're going to have time limits every time that you come back into it. So even pressing the map doesn't do anything. You have to full pause the screen to get this to actually stop, so that way the timer doesn't go down. So now comes the real roguelite aspect of this demo. Even talking to people doesn't slow it down. Looks like we must have met before. You have my gun. Riders have gear. You'll face them. That furnace. Talk to the furnace. Talk to the furniture. So this is the furnace that we need back in our tower to actually smelt items down to give us better bullets. Can I just? Oh, good. I can just keep focusing on you and that'll work. You didn't see that. Oh, I'm going to need just a better bullet. But check this out. So because I'm using fire bullets, it's going to light the tree on fire and actually give us charcoal. I love that. It's not just limited to setting a tree on fire, though. So if you take like the poison item and cut a tree down, even then you get special items. Like, I think they're really thinking about this whole crafting system thing. I'm very excited for when it's past the demo stage. Okay, so now we actually need to head through all of this world to find special gears. Well, gears in general, just that way we can increase the amount of time that we can push back the world. So that was our main goal in the demo, really. Oh, here we go. So this is kind of the main enemy that you're going to be dealing with, really. So after defeating them, they'll usually drop Arcana. But the big thing here is reduce chaos. Each one of those, depending on the difficulty, will increase the amount of time that you can spend in the world. Super, super handy. Oh, and then here's the little book guy. This is going to reveal the map for you. Oh, you can, focus on them. Okay. So now we actually have locations on our map that are important to us. Ooh, we're actually very low. We're very low on our fire weapons. Oh, these must be the allies that she was talking about before. I love that they add that little interaction. Like, walking into the water actually takes off some of these little effects. I think we're pretty low on materials. We might need to be careful here. Ooh, had to step away and... God, what I was doing? Wait, is he actually just standing on the fire? That's very helpful to me. Oh, he actually got me. Okay. Ooh. Okay, that's one of the gears. I really want to get the companion bullets. I think it's wild that you actually take... Oh, there we go. That you actually cast your magic with the bullets that you use. I think it's so wild, and I love the, like, tiny little... I don't know a good word for it, but I do like it. Oh, this is an easy way to get charcoal. Just shoot the tiny trees. And I love also some very small detail that they have is holding E actually just collects everything in the area. You don't have to spam your little pickup button. I think that's something that you have to do in at least Don't Starve. I feel like you have to spam your pickup button. I believe that was the... Oh, no, there's actually another gear up above us. We need to collect as many gears as possible. Oh, this is going to be a little troublesome. I think they're like a level 4. No, they're level 2. Okay, we can still take them on. Later on after... Oh, that's going to hurt. I haven't figured out quite yet how to deal with those bullets. So it's kind of troublesome. Oh, I'm like fully out of ammo. That happened. Give myself an extra 30 seconds. We do need to be heading back, and I am not doing that yet. I don't see any more gears. We should really just leave. Ooh, but items. Oh, that gave me all of the charcoal. Very nice. Get a little explosive over there that ended up just blowing up the whole wall. That was useful. 2, 1, and let chaos happen. The world is ending. So now, if we were going to stay in this world much longer, we get to see just how the world came to be the way that it was when we ended up in that location. Now, something to make note of, these portals no longer will add time back to your space. Now, they're just going to continue spawning in more and more dangerous and very difficult enemies to fight, especially at our current level. So let's get out as quickly as possible. There we go. And when you come back, the time does pause here. So if you came back with like a minute left, you could technically, I think, go back in. I'm not entirely certain. We'll have to test that out. But now we're going to roll back the time and reset our timer, because we just added a few more wheels, a few more cogs to the... Now it's 5 minutes and 10 seconds. I think it takes a while for that to actually go up to anything significant, but it does kind of give us a slight bit more time, which is nice. All right, things I would like to research. Better bullets. And then this section is all locked, so we can't get any lightning bullets or any of this row. It's all locked in this demo. Oh, we need so many manuscripts. Wow. Okay. Noted. Oh, just one more. All right, but we can at least get significantly better firepower. There we go. And we got just enough to build it. This is what I would have preferred to put that somewhere else, but I guess we'll leave that there. Oh, we don't have anything to actually upgrade these items. Do I have... Oh, no. Do I have the stuff to make a furnace? I don't think I do. I definitely don't. I love the little quick stack item here. Oh, we are fully out of these fire bullets. That is trouble. All right, well, given the length that this video probably is, I'm going to say that that's it for this video. If you want to check it out, and somehow I managed to get this out before the July 2nd deadline, make sure to go and check out the Steam store page, or at least like watch list it, favorite it, make sure that you can show them some support. And check out the playlist that's probably going to be popping up near the end of the video. I hope to see all of you creatures in the next one. And check this video out. I hear it's really good. Bye-bye. I'd love to give a quick shout out to all of the channel members. I'm Afrailian, Pasta Luke, Lady9F1, Todd Gyron. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It means everything to me and brings my dream of being a full content creator one step closer. Bye-bye.